Oh, hello, welcome back to Wheel of Games, where we're going to be playing more Séance at Lake Manor. Now, last time, we woke up at the morning, the day after our arrival, and we managed to get effectively blackmailed by Mr. Toussaint, who was basically a psychic debunker. Not actually necessarily a skeptic, just a academic on the sort who wants to root out the fakers. And we found out Miss Erickson, who was I suppose you could say, a faker. She actually had plans to potentially kill Miss Dean and eat her heart to take her magical powers, but I assume Miss Dean disappeared before then because it doesn't look like she actually carried out her plans at all. Now, we know that coming up here pretty soon, breakfast will occur in the dining room. Set up our little reminder on the left. And we can see where people will be, where they're going to be busy. Yeah, Miss Erickson is no longer in the atrium. That much is for sure. So we're still trying to figure out who was responsible for Miss Dean's disappearance. We got her journal. Nothing too exciting, but we did have a weird dream sequence where we encountered the symbol hidden in the game's opening. Let's see, we had the guest sign-in times. We still don't actually know who hired us, Miss Evelyn Dean, but it just says a concerned party, no signature. And I think we can deduce that it wasn't. Let's see, will this actually tell us? Not as easily as the map might. There we go. So we're in room 4. Mr. Toussaint is the one who was blackmailing us. Now, I don't know that we've necessarily confirmed he didn't have anything to do with Miss Dean, but we've talked him out of doing the seance. Likewise with Mrs. Erickson. Interesting, it's unlockable. Likewise, my room as well. But right now, what we are trying to find is a room that is currently unassigned that may have been... Oh, nothing in there. That may have been Miss Dean's room. All those signs for the atrium. Just rooms 7 and 8. Now on the map, this looked like it was practically outside. Because, yeah, see, this corridor wasn't actually filled in with that stairwell. So, that's the room that we don't know what it's connected to. Oops. And we saw angels with their eyes covered during the weird dream. Doesn't look like these actually lead outside. I keep thinking they look like doors. And Father Simnot, the actual priest, cute. Simnot. Okay. Doesn't seem like anyone's in there. They must leave unused bedrooms open. That will be very convenient. I might be able to check them all before breakfast. Slightly spooky sounds. Feels like that screen's slightly shorter than the other ones. Nothing of interest. I discovered that they close themselves automatically after a few seconds. And when I try to demonstrate it, it doesn't happen. This book. Just a Bible. Perhaps something's hidden in the chimney? Oh. Old ashes. And burnt scraps of paper. I can make out the message. Meet me in room 7 after your bar shift, and steal us some wine. So it looks like the hotel staff have been using room 7 for rendezvous. This place hasn't been dusted for a while. So Miss Dean was not in room 7. Is what I can deduce out of that. As long as it doesn't have a timestamp on it, it won't cost me time to inspect it. Okay, nothing else in room 7. Okay. A whole lot of doesn't catch me. Okay. This is definitely the kind of game that could have someone just suddenly be right in front of you. Interesting, the atrium is telling you to take the stairs down. So, we've inspected room 7. Whichever way it tells me to go, I will not go that way. So we've got the water closets. Now, what does the legend say about those doors? Maybe those are just uninteresting rooms. Although, the gents and ladies' water closets, over there, show unlocked, but these show absolutely nothing. It looks like the priest is in the absolute biggest room. Even the medium is not in that bigger room, or the other ones. A lot of locked rooms back here. I don't expect to see anything, but there might be something unexpected to see. So we'll take a jog down there. Oh, that's a good portrait. No hidden passage back there. Look at the globe. Globe of the known world. Wonder will they discover anything new? Okay. And then it's the rest of the rooms as we were expecting. There, okay. So there was one empty room in each sort of corner or wing of the house. So we can go back to the atrium here. That'll do it for the northeast wing. But I want to now go to the southeast wing, as there was one room in each section. Maybe I can investigate the tower, too. Okay, so what was back here? Unassigned, it's the one in the middle. Oh, I could have just gone through the connecting corridor. But those were all bedrooms. Good. Yeah, that's a room there. Interesting. There should be a door here. Perhaps she's still in there. Might this have been her room? The following leads will help you progress. Reviewing the mystery map and remember what you have and haven't already investigated. So the info panel on the right shows you who you can, shows you who you can discuss evidence with. What is it telling me about in here? I can't even see it. A character's portrait will appear underneath the topics that can be discussed with them. If you haven't spoken to them yet, they'll show a question mark. Some topics are locked from discussion until you gain specific information. Okay, so what all is going on here? So Miss Erickson, confront, act. Okay, so there's all the conclusion with her. What is next with her? So I could talk to her again, find out what's left. But if she has confessed to being a fraud, nothing else there. So I can go back a level. So they've got the check marks. Mr. Okay. There we go. So, Le Dream. Evidence pieces. I can ask people about their dreams. You can talk about that with practically everyone. I need 3 other points of information to make a pattern. Perhaps it may hold some clues. Now this might be it. The different rooms I've looked at. The room 7, I'm pretty sure it is not. But we've got a disappeared door, room 15. So how do I make it reappear? Well, we go to our dream records. Okay. That wakes you up. This would unlock a door that's magically sealed. This basically erases things. So a big old triangle might be what I need here. Now that doesn't actually seem to... Like, where would I draw the triangle? I could try it. So, okay, I can't lift up the mouse. Oh, no. Oh, you can only go... I can't go the diagonal that I want to go here. Yeah, that's not going to do what I want. Okay, because I just can't connect that to that. It didn't highlight that way. So, I do not have the sigil that I'm going to need for this. Now, could I possibly make that sigil? No, because it doesn't have a flat top. So, whatever sigil I need, I don't have it yet. How can I get something like that during the day when they only appeared during the dreams? Okay? These are all closets. At least it tells me what's in there. Seems closets, picture frames, used. Okay, I'm still fairly certain that this is what I'm looking for here. What else would be further down there? Oh, okay, we've got East and West Tower. Lost places? Nothing. I feel like it's mocking me with such little information. That's a fun thing to have in this particular location. Okay, have I just looked? It's the missing doorway. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty much just mocked there. Okay, anything else back here that I could maybe interact? Not really. Let's go to the southwest and the upper corridor. Let's just try to knock as much of this one out as quickly as we can. So that's west wing, west corridor, tower, southern side. Okay, so yeah, it's the one at the end of the hall, 21. Nobody's in there. So, unused. And a copy of Frankenstein. Look under. None of the others had that. Oh, that's some fun taxidermy. You also appear to have a stain on you. Ashes stuck together. Perhaps there's a leak. A rusted grate. Curious. Oh. Loose board, but nothing under it. Entirely red hair. Okay, let's look under the bed. Old box of matches. Can I take the old box of matches? That's it. What was that? Oh. That mirror just cracked. Oh, pretty sure it wasn't. But you can look back in the video if you want. Double check. Now maybe looking at the bed, the sheets here are rougher. Really long unused room. Box and pleasant smells of death. So not much eye-catching. There's a curious loose board and some matches here. Use the matches on anything? No, just hold the... If ever there is reason to think about this place again, I can try to remember it, and then this will lead to the West Tower. Yep. Okay, I've got one more room to look at here. The northern side. Now we are Mr. Ward, but it says that's green, so I'm curious. I'll have to try it. But what else are we going to learn? What here, though? This should have new... But nothing showed up for room 2? There's maybe still something of interest in room 21. in the southwest corridor. Still something of interest in there. Okay. Want me to re-examine the cracked mirror? Because we looked at the Frankenstein book already. I've looked under. Anything special about these rooms? Oh. Or the ashes. I already looked at. Everything that it has occurred to me to look at, I have looked at. So now I have to double check. I look under from... It's just an old box of matches there. That's when we got the cracks. Slightly different landscape picture. Oh, okay, what else is in here? It certainly is dusty. Rough sheets. I can't tell what else I could maybe look at. I heard the ding. It's telling me all observations discovered. But yeah, you're rusted, and there's a leak, and there's matches. I looked at the floorboards. There are other floorboards. Are you going to have something the second time? Okay, I'm annoyed. I don't see what else is trying to tell me is in here. If I go... Why do you take me back to this? Instead of the one I was just at. Room 21. So 21's unoccupied. Maybe there is still something of interest here. It may not be in the room, it could be like an outer wall pointing to it. Trying to figure out if I'm hearing something. I hear them. Trying to mess with the window. Everything here. I just don't see it. So the game, I feel like the game is misdirecting me. Or it's saying something that I just don't have the ability to do anything with yet. There's something invisible or another sigil I need to carve, but I don't have the info for it yet. But I definitely feel like I've looked at every section of this floor. Okay, the game has lost my patience. I'm going to look around the outside now. Outside of room 21. Who's in the next room? Who's in room 20? Mr. O'Fit. Oh, he's on the other side, but I don't have a key for this. Is that Richard Blake? Richard Blake? Disappearing dust motes on the wall. I've got nothing on the outside here either. Sure, the glass cracked. That was neat. But nothing else. Okay. just because I'm trying every single door. I noticed it was empty. This is the ladies' room. Let's not spend much time in here. There's a bath just sitting here. And just some toiletries. I don't need to inspect their towels. Yep. Again, towels, and cleans. If I get really desperate for clues, maybe I can inspect those. Okay. As far as I can tell, we weren't spotted because nobody else moves. Okay, let's check. Same thing on the opposite side. North side. 1 to 3. Okay. The gents. And a washroom for men staying in the middle. Getting more information about this one. Much more, but over the basket. A not already completely filled bath. Okay, room 2. I was hoping to eliminate everything. It doesn't look like it's going to let me. So we'll probably get the dinner bell while inspecting stuff in here. Breakfast bar. Hello? In there. Basic nightstand. Another under prompt. More dirt. What's this? Ah, someone was called away during cleaning. Left nothing of note. Bed warmer hasn't been used in some time. That, I think, indicates that it wasn't this room. More loose floorboards. Let's look under. Oh. Child's block. Signs of child's play. Young master or previous guest. Perhaps he plays in this room. Pages on vampires are filled in. Is this our reminder? Breakfast will be happening in the dining room. Doesn't look like it's going to immediately kick me out and force me to go there, though. But now that I know it's happening, I will finish up here and go down there. So they squeak, but nothing noticeable. What's the book? Ghost Tales. So we've got a spooky room. Okay, so don't take me to that one, take me to the last one I was in, please. So room 2. We've got some mysterious puzzle pieces here. And master or previous guest. But there might still be something of interest in here. But at least room 7, we're pretty sure we are fairly sure is just not there. But whatever is still of interest in those 2 rooms, I don't know what it is. I feel like I've looked at the sheets. Nothing remarkable. So perhaps I need to ask somebody about them, like ask about the rust stains in room 2, which would be a weird question to ask, but maybe I can ask the staff about that. Okay, cool. Hello. That time I actually saw it. That was the hair was specifically the lady's hair. Hello, toy. Small red train. That should be notable. Somebody has barely begun a game of chess. So perhaps people will be playing chess back there. Okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. poetry this time. All been underwhelmed. Okay. Let's go down to breakfast. It'll be in the East Wing. I suppose I can talk to Miss Erickson one last time, see what she plans to do next. And yeah, we've removed 2 people from the Séance, and that has reacted. One last...
Again?
Well, she has absolutely no magical potential. She'd be the last one I'd talk to about that. He shouldn't know anything about the device. This is everything? Okay, what is
What will
next?
you do after this?
If you must discuss it. Now that I know I am forever doomed, I think I am done with this life. I will return to New York and my husband, and try to find some way to enjoy this joyless experience. He will be happy, I am sure. It will free some storage space for his golf trophies.
I won't bother you anymore.
Goodbye now.
Okay. That's clear. Nope. Did me no good. Go, Mr. Wagner.
Mr. Ward, I do hope the earlier commotion with the bird didn't disturb your rest. There is breakfast in the dining hall from 9 a.m. and your fellow guests will be giving talks throughout the day in the drawing room, located in the west corridor. Is there anything else?
Someone should recall which room she stayed in. She had a southern view. I mean, this would be concerning to him, I'm sure, that the doorway's missing. Called up a scullery girl after she refused his advances. And the same with her fiancé, who came looking for her. Percival Blake was documented as a jealous and bitterly angry man, so it's possible. But in the 100+ years since his passing, no hidden rooms or walled bodies have been found. Certainly it predates the Manor becoming a hotel, so I suspect it was not our room 15. But missing bodies were never found anywhere else either. Likely they fled here for a better life in the time. They fled here for a better life in the newly discovered America. Okay? More information in the library. So, timetable. I don't think he's specific. He might know about the strange device. Ask him about his glasses. I should be able to ask him about things at any time.
I need nothing.
Certainly.
Topics can be researched to uncover further information. Key topics will always be on the research desk. Bookshelves can be used to gain more info. Okay. Now the mystery as to why it always takes me back to that instead of the only one I care about is unknown. So, the tale of Percival Blake. Perhaps he is walling up the room for some reason. Drowned in retaliation for supposedly walling up some locals. Portrait of him hangs in the East Tower. The library or staff will know more. And they explained the hidden door. It really wouldn't if she was here just days ago. But if that's where she's being held prisoner, like, now that's the ballroom. But that's, like, where's the western corridor then? the walled garden, the north basement, southwest basement. So you basically have to go over. That's curious. What's on the western side? Perhaps. I mean, okay, there's definitely a ballroom there. But what's in the rest of this? Perhaps it's the private quarters of of people who don't want to. Well, you know what? I can find out for myself really easily. Because I want to know what's in the western corridor so I can get those timetables for people in the drawing. Lectern. Okay, today's timetable. So at 11 a.m., the Marquess Blake, Jonathan Blake, will give the history of the manor. Then Miss Callaghan will something about the other crowd, what we know of ghosts, the Séance lady. And then tomorrow we've got the Catholic Mass hosted by the priest, Protestant service at 11 a.m. in the church, and then Irish mythology from Dr. Callahan, 5 p.m. history of the region, Mr. Coventry. Okay, so we can add all of these things to our timetable. For people to be out of their rooms. Doors to talk will close at 10 minutes past the hour. So I don't know if I want to be inside or outside when those are happening. There's the ballroom. Ah, now this corridor connects. So they won't be in the drawing room. Now this will connect to the West Tower, and this should just connect directly to... goes down as well. Goes up. So the downside should lead to perhaps staff quarters. I'm entirely sure. Let's check out the drawing room and then go into the breakfast. I can go in, I can at least add it to the map, see what it looks like. Now we've actually got records here, and it won't cost me to look at them. Suppose these must have been put out for the guests. Perhaps this one marked music for the confusion of sleep would be of use. Aha! I took the record. Shelf. Dance. Shelf. Chalkboard for lectures. Okay. Some more pictures. Fireplace. That's the outer wall. Now what's in the middle? Custom pillows. It won't even let me look at the newspaper. The Gloaming. Book of poems by Our Miss Quinn. This is of bleak tone, with each piece detailing the gruesome death of a loved one. Published last year. And many, many actions. Plenty of seats for people. Okay, so there's our drawing. And the ballroom will be all that blank space. We don't know what's to the north yet. But I keep saying we're going to breakfast. Let's go to breakfast. But I keep forgetting I can crouch because... what is that going to let me do? Hello. Start filling in my map as I go there for the first time. Another Blake lady. Gardens, bathhouse, bar. Here's Mr. Joyce. So what's over here? I imagine this must be the dining room. Courtyard, East Tower. Ah, the Blake family residence. Or else first? Okay, just supplies. This water closet contains bed linens and towels as well. That's gonna... oh, that's back to the atrium. Turned around. That goes to the outside. This is the Blake residence. Linked by angels. Bar is only open past 4 p.m. till midnight, but this closet's open. Is this closet open and all the others are not? General goods reporting, sir. There's toys. Encyclopedia of undead creatures with vampires. That connects us over to room 2. Concerned about the wheelchair. The seat itself looks new. Perhaps the lady of the house is not actually dead. She's just hiding. You could be very infirm. Where did I leave that damned Bible? Of course, I left it handy for Mass on Sunday. Where does this panel go to? Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? I have seen somewhere. I need to bring up a particular piece of evidence. It was in her diary. Journal. So, plus, half moon, triangle, diamond. Come on. Half moon on the left, if that matters. I haven't made it to breakfast yet. And I didn't even notice this key just sitting here. I pray these are rust. These are the housekeeper's effects, eh? Please. It should open any of the bedrooms leading off the atrium. Doink. Excellent. But only the ones going off of the atrium. So, oh yes, we are in Europe, so ground floor. Then the first floor is our traditional second floor. So, I guess that's why these are yellow. I have the key for these now. That explains what the yellow means. And, yep, unlockable door. So I can get into more people's rooms now, which I should probably do during breakfast. But I at least want to finally actually go into breakfast first. Wax. And, right, I've seen the entertainment schedule. Okay. I mean, I've solved a hidden door potentially very, very early. Yeah, we don't even know what door's over there. Where have we gotten to? Will we ever make it to breakfast? This is the back of the bathhouse. Alright, detective vision. Ah, the gents' changing room goes into the closet. Why did she have that in her journal? Besides the word supplies, I mean, that goes to the supply closet, but why was that on her arrival to the manor? Everything went smoothly. The writing was delicate and graceful, and oh yeah, she found a secret door from the supply closet into the back of the gents' bathhouse. A bit weird. But I mean, that's where the supplies were, and that's where the cross with rust on it is in. Bathhouse, changing room corridor. Oh boy, and every locker is going to take a time to enter. I'm not doing that at this particular moment. Locked, closed for the season, I suspect. Okay. But yeah, the bathhouse itself is currently locked, so I shouldn't be able to get in here. Yeah, closed for the season. Perhaps this entire area is unreachable. I assume this will be the exact same. No corpses on the ground. One towel missing. And yeah, every one of these lockers. So 1 through 16 are in the ladies' side, and 17 to 32 are in the men's side. So, yeah, bathhouse, maybe it's for their private use at the moment. It's not like a hot springs, I suspect. So at some point later on, I can sneak back here, going through the northeast corridor, and check all of these out when I've got spare time to kill. Because it's going to take time to really investigate this right now, and I just don't have it. So, straight on through. Maybe to breakfast? We ever make it to breakfast? Through the closet. else? I mean, do I care about the mop bucket? Stagnant water in the mop bucket? Yeah. Well, she's not mopping right now. All the towels I could need. Her some toys. Okay. That has disappeared now that I can no longer interact with it. I felt that. Creepy sounds when we get close. Got a lady and the Lord. I should not be allowed to go in there. Yeah. Like this leads to the Blake private residence. Okay, it won't let me go in there at the moment. Bar is just outside. Interesting steps up right there. Dining room this way? Or perhaps breakfast over here somewhere? I mean, this is just going to give me the dining room hours, right? Lunch from 1 to 2, okay. And dinner. It's closed on the half hour. This painting is askew. Is this the guy? It will never cease to annoy me. Percival Blake. He had a giant scar over his right eye. That's the same style of wig. What's back? That is the eastern basement, eastern courtyard. Okay, if I want to make it into the breakfast at all, whether to talk to people or what.
Hello again, sir. You here for the meal?
Ah, he's Seamus Doyle. I mean, I don't know what the mystery is, but
sorry,
perhaps
sir.
I
My name's Doyle. Seamus. Certainly,
Yes?
sir.
Now, is this just going to, like, rob me of the half hour? I was hoping to, like, walk around.
If you're looking for a seat, you're welcome to join us. I'm sure my companion here won't mind.
Darcy and
Why not? I'm being educated on the specifics of tomorrow evening's séance, and why, apparently, is so impressive.
Well, it'll take some time, but I'm not going to excuse myself.
Declan Ward.
I will learn
Pleased to
something.
meet you both.
Allow me to introduce Mrs. Olivia Darcy, and I am Lloyd Dupre.
Would you believe that he's somewhat of an expert on all things related to death?
He's also got a
She means I am an undertaker.
More than that, evidently. We were just talking about this grand séance, and I'm trying to understand what it is that
That
makes it so
is-
grand.
I think that might be reminding me of... Can I just steal your key off the table while you're talking?
All séances are used to speak to ghosts. Is that
Miss
not the
Darcy?
entire point of them?
Is that the same one as Miss Dean had?
So, wherein lies the distinction? Surely, if Miss Mantovani has held a séance before, then she has also made a ghost talk before.
No, though I understand the confusion. We have gotten close to that feat, parallel to it, but direct communication has not been achieved.
He's saying we.
Seances are used to invite a ghost to communicate, and to provide a means for them to do so. In the most successful cases, the spirit speaks through the medium themselves. But those cases are debunked at worst, and uncorroborated at best. There is no way to prove beyond doubt that the medium did not make it up. Now, in any records of direct sightings, and this is true of my own encounters, the ghosts cannot speak for themselves. Miss Mantovani intends to...
Yes? Interruption? Distraction.
Oh dear, I've made a right hames of this. Don't fret, nothing's broke.
Oh, do you need help, Mrs. Joyce?
Oh no, sir, thank you. I managed to drop it, I can manage to pick it back up, I'm sure.
Only I could check my map. But this is what I'm getting out of this, basically. Investigating another room.
That poor woman. The hope is that Miss Mantovani, with the right time, place, and people around her, will cut out the middleman, or middlewoman in this case, and have the spirit speak for itself.
Is that really possible?
Tomorrow night, the veil between worlds will be at its thinnest, and it's especially thin here, in this part of the country. Then, the hotel. It's not without its storied history. Plenty of uncrossed souls in these walls.
Literally
That,
not.
of course, is where the danger lies.
Danger?
Spirits aren't to be trifled with. That gets forgotten sometimes.
Do you think he'll be in danger attending the seance?
I am putting my trust in Miss Mantovani. I don't believe she'll lead us wrong. We'll be fine, I think. So long as no one disturbs her workings.
He's a bit afraid.
Perhaps I'll stand farther back from the proceedings than I initially planned. But I don't think I'm done with my question. After breakfast.
It would be my pleasure.
But I could have sworn. I'm sorry, Mr. Dupre. We will have to postpone.
Of course, madam. I'll be in the...
So what's his mystery that is now unlocked? Simply that I know he exists? Oh yes, I found a letter written by him in the lobby. I haven't had a chance to actually profile him yet, though. But I know he'll be out front. And then Miss Darcy? It's a unique version of the holy... He should know the grounds. Sunken eyes, shaking. Investigating the staff quarters will be more difficult, I fear. There's Miss Darcy. Haven't really gotten to investigate her yet, but she's probably the next one I should go for. Miss Define. Is room 20. I can investigate a lot more rooms now that I stole the servant's key. What was I looking for? The picture of Miss Dean. No, it's not quite the same. It's just got the 4 dots. It's not really a cross. Okay. Nothing too special about that either. Okay, so we're up to 940 now. But while she is distracted, is going to be the perfect time to go check out her room. Should be the atrium. Yep. We're starting to get used to this house already. For good or ill. Hello again. Goodbye. So, go upstairs. She's in room 13. Which may not be on this main section here. No, she's to the side. It was right there. Yeah, she's one of the ones I did not have earlier. Perhaps I can turn in the key, make her happy with me after I've searched. 13, end of the hall on the left. Hello, missing room. So she's close to that, if that's a puzzle. Whose side this? It's just a knocked plant. Thank you for consuming a unit of time. Pretty sure she's not. Here's our chance to snoop. Oh, I don't need to investigate her clothes. Not when this game keeps giving me nothing. Shoes. Also medium. Dress perhaps close for the event. Not noteworthy. I'm sure clothes is just going to waste my time. Cool. Spiritualism. Targeted to the inexperienced. Okay, so she's not an expert. She has a very fancy fireplace. At least relative to all the other ones. A stack of books. Some novels. Several partway through. She doesn't finish things. But this book has been read many times. Too bad you don't tell me anything about it. So yeah, she likes that book, but I don't know anything about it. Whereas all the other ones have just been leafed through. A special cross. He's a Protestant. What about her perfume? Damask rose. Perhaps this is her plans. Yes, I know what she'll be doing the entire rest of the time. Will you actually let me see it? No, it's just in the timetable. Okay, so she's writing a story based on the event. Oh, this is cute. So she's more of a writer. Vanity box. Not exactly sure what those are. I mean, it could literally just be makeup, and those are all just cases for makeup. But I can't really zoom in on if the symbols mean anything in particular. But she's got multiple rings that I cannot look at. Yeah, he's taking a lot of notes as well. Hello, fox. At least the fox head is the same in every room. Open the stool. She also has poison. Elliot. Odd. And she also has the hermetic. But this is rudimentary reading. So she's just learning about it. About this one. It's just read many times, but you won't tell me anything. Okay. I see you down there. School. But nothing under the bed that's actually of interest. Not too bad. Okay, before we leave, just water so she doesn't particularly. Okay, mystery on Miss Darcy. Medium, Protestant. Half used vial of poison. Okay. Yeah, well, what's up with this? What's left is enough to kill someone, as is what has been used. So, how do I bring that up with her? What else is there on the... I can talk about the dreams. Nelson, no, that was the schedule. Been through that. Those blasted dreams of home. I don't want to go home, not after what happened. I want a new life. Okay. Loose page. Medical search showing she was bedbound for some time in the autumn of last year. Medical code 2033. So if somebody's a doctor, maybe I can look that up. Oh, racy letters to her husband, but they don't seem to be written by herself. Oh dear. Half-used poison? It date back as far as August of last year. And is that writing familiar? Uh-oh. Yep. The Y is the same. Nope. R right there, but... Sure. These look the same. The ends actually look very different. Oh, but that's... Focus. I mean, what else am I looking for here? Ezra? Rosemary. Aha. So Miss Dean is the author of those letters to Darcy. Ah. So... Okay, this is Miss Dean's actual note. Evelyn Dean. Ezra Rose. Have an inbuilt motive. Okay, I wish he'd let me actually look at the letters. It says they're racy, so I doubt it will. But one thing I wished it let me see is, was that the forged letter or the real letter? That was actually it. So, okay, Miss Dean's actual signature had the overly large E and the non-broken Y. So, the letters to Mr. Darcy were written by Miss Dean, and it's romantic. So Miss Darcy, who has half a thing of poison, has a fair motive on Mr. Darcy. That was... But I wanted to read the journal. Not after what happened, she wants a new life, so she's upset about... Oh, upset about home, that much makes perfect sense. Why have you bookmarked that particular one person as what I should care about? Medical code. Miss Dean's signature. Mistress. Uh-oh. And I can ask her, how would I possibly broach that? Just ask you, by the way, you've got poison in your room. Don't ask me how I know about it or any of the other things. Might be relevant. Great. But she is new to all the spiritualism stuff. Writing maybe a book of fiction. So maybe she was here specifically for Miss Dean, who was having an affair with her husband. Definitely compelling. Okay, so that's room 13. What else is going on in the timetable coming up next? I went to the breakfast. Other people who are in the dining room. It's not telling me, and these are all the people that are there, but she'll be in the lobby for a while longer. Someone will be in the kitchen basement for a while. This might be a good time to check out the remainder of those atrium adjoining rooms. Or at least listen at the door, make sure I'm not in there whenever an hour passes. I haven't talked to him yet. Not really. Okay. What are we looking at next? Actually, this may be a good time to cut it. We've had a couple of pretty good things here. We did eventually make it to dinner. We hopefully found Miss Dean's room and discovered quite a bit of information about Miss Darcy. That makes her very, very suspicious. And next time I think we will pick up with trying to investigate as many rooms around the atrium as we can. And maybe talk to this guy. So, I will see you next time on Wheel of Games. Bye-bye.